Hey guys. And he was kind of beating all around the bush, and he said the reason was because really the person he has back home is his spin-dom, and that she finally, and I was like, what? That's a thing?
But there's applying it, and then there's the actual action of communication.
Right.
Like when you discipline a child. You tell
Keep going. And then when we do it, you gotta say, "Scissor me, daddy," like that, all right?
No, you know.
This is
Different.
not the fucking thing to do. Like,
They think that's normal.
I got you, like, buddy.
I can't.
Can't help her.
Minutes later, I see a pizza slide under my door. No contact. Like, I'm good.
You see the pizza slide under the door with their hands, and your fucking hand slam down on top of it and grab his.
We have an initial physical type of what we like to see initially, because our eye is always drawn to something. I can see a tall guy, big and broad shoulders, and I'm like, ooh, nice. But if he talks to me, and I'm be like, maybe not. Okay, so Mike, until we get the rest of the guys in, do you want to start with your first question for us ladies? First of all, are you drinking a Capri Sun?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. First things first, what is happening?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to We Got Questions Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Mike Hennessy, joined with Miss Basic right there. Basic, how you feeling? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Groovy? Okay, cool. Cool. Just gotta check up on you. But yeah, make sure that y'all, whoever is watching right now, making sure that you are following, liking, subscribing to the podcast here on YouTube. We are also live on Twitch, and we are live on my personal YouTube, Mike Hennessy. That's on my other platform. Follow me over there, Mike Hennessy 215 over there. Do my gaming, little small podcast and stuff. This podcast is live over there, so make sure y'all see me over there too. All right, I just wanted to smile like how you were smiling. Make sure you follow Basic on her platforms too.
Mike? Look who's here.
I know. I know. You see that? Last time that face been on the screen.
All right. Welcome, Mel.
And last time that face be on the screen. But everybody that's over here on this here. What's up, Sherelle? How are you? Come over to TikTok, Sherelle. You know where we at. Beef for Barkers. Can you come over there too?
That's wow.
That's wild. That's
It's
crazy.
like,
You ain't been over here in forever, so you haven't. Like, think about it. When's the last time we posted Melanin Honey over here? I'll wait. It's gonna be a long time. So.
Oh dang, Mel.
Yeah, I had to throw that in there real quick. I'm sorry, Mel. Please forgive me. Don't hit me. But it looks like guys. Like I was saying, today's topic is gonna be a good one. We're talking about social media and just like what we think about social media so far.
Every week, except for bank holidays. She said, y'all haven't done a podcast. Mel.
Oh, we just don't work on Mondays, and if the kids is doing something, if the kids out of school, and sometimes we take our breaks too. So like, yo, you want to go into work Monday? No.
Yes, Mel. We have not stopped doing podcasts.
No, we still going. We still going. We are really going that you missed one last week, but I know you missed it last week. Don't worry about it. What's up, Alicia? How are you?
Hey, Tom.
Come over to the podcast. We're talking over in the podcast right now.
No.
Link is in. Yo, Tom. What up? Yeah. What up, Tom? That's where y'all take a break.
We might have taken a break for like a
over
holiday.
the summer. That's how you know it was a long time. It was over the summer. Mm-hmm.
When last time Mel was here?
No, that's the last time we took a significant break.
Oh yeah.
We spent like two months, almost 3 months.
But we've been back
from like June to like August.
Right. The only times we're not on is now is like if it's like a holiday.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, Mel. I got you, Mel. It's all good. I understand that you haven't been here forever, so it's almost like you thought you was here a lot longer than you were. Ooh, it's so fun doing this right now. Forgive me, Mel, once again. But all right. What up, Gabs? How are you? All right. So, like I said, it's a nice topic. We are talking about social media. Once again, has social media. Oh my God, did I say that fucking wrong? Yeah, I forgot to become. All right, forget that I wrote that.
It's okay. Sorry. It's okay. I didn't even notice until you said something. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, but you don't want to go back and watch it. Be like, dog, I don't even know what you were talking about. Like, let's try this back. Run it back. All right, there we go. Has social media become too important to us? And we have talked about social media in the past. We have had conversations on social media. Thank you, Gabs. We've talked about it on previous episodes, but we only talked about it kind of just like in a dating sense or in relationship sense. Now we're just talking about if this shit is actually a problem or not. So I want to kick it off. You don't mind it?
No, go ahead.
All right, cool. So we're gonna kick it off by saying one of the biggest reasons why we're talking about the social media today is because of the TikTok situation. Once it happened, you kind of realize that social media is way more important. Yeah, I bet it did. It's way more important to have these social media platforms than we really think. Are we living in our realities anymore? Are we living life? Or are we just like, of course, we get off of there and we go back to this, but like, is that the first thing? Thanos snap. Yep. The first thing that happens is once we get done, whatever we're doing in our normal lives, like say we work and stuff like that, the first thing a lot of us do is click right on social media. We'll go right to social media and we'll start looking at what things that update us because this is just how we get our news now. Do I disapprove of it? Not at all. I love it because it gives us, we have it at our disposal now. People have been making money off of TikTok. You know, a lot of them are partnering with TikTok. A lot of them partner with Instagram. Some of them with Facebook and all these different sites. You know, rather it's, you know, what else is out there? Fucking Threads and now these Lemonades and, you know, other platforms that are making its way. You know, I would say I feel like we didn't start studying ourselves or studying what is actually going on a little bit more. A lot of us know. Don't get me don't get that twisted with it as if I'm just saying nobody knows, but a lot of us kind of knows what's going on with social media right now and how it's really the biggest tool that's being used on us right now. We understand that TikTok just literally became superior to all the other ones. Because what everybody does this is Instagram left. What everybody does this is Facebook left. No. I think everybody really enjoys TikTok because TikTok has something that a lot of people don't have. They're able to get things. They're able to make money off of there. And at the times, the government wasn't in their business. People weren't in their business. But as it grew, you had people that start saying, oh, this spying, oh, this is that. I kind of know. For me, I think it's really because of how fast the news spread about the wars that were happening and the things that were happening over there. And they got there accurately. It got to us accurately and not on some bullshit. You know, you got to see the dark side of it. You didn't just see, oh, they're in a fight with this country. This continent, this whatever. They're not getting into a fight with these places. They're getting they're destroying certain parts of their lives, certain aspects of their lives, hospitals, schools, killing off women and children and stuff like that. You know, it's a lot of that going on, kidnapping, a lot of that stuff was going on there. And because our country played a big part of it, I felt as though it was giving out too fast to people, and the messages weren't. Because why would you not do it to TikTok? Why would you not do? Why would you not do it to Instagram? Why would you not do it to Facebook and the other platforms that literally give the same type of news? Why did you go after this one place? You just didn't like how fast the news is spreading. So that's my thing. What's going on, Omni? Amina, I'm sorry. I apologize. That stuff was one of my biggest reasons why I feel like it is. But now, what part do we play in it as us? People just want the business as usual. But I don't think they know that TikTok is not unbanned. It's still banned. TikTok is still very much banned. You can't. The app will never update. The app, if you deleted it, you're not going to be able to download it.
You can.
You sure?
Yeah, my daughter just did it. It's a trick, but she had to do it.
You need to. We'll talk after that. But I have people that deleted the app and they can't get it back.
Yeah.
Because the app is just basically a walking decaying bomb right now. It's like the countdown happened and it didn't blow. It's just sitting there now in the status where it's like, all right, what's going to happen with it? It's just going to wind up deteriorating because it won't be able to update right now. Until they get a deal done, they can't do anything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and then now it's at the hands and mercies of a particular party that is utilizing it as a tool to whatever. And then now you just watch TikTok switch sides too. When you got the message back, it was like this big happy message, like, "Oh, our President Trump and blah blah blah."
It's about money.
Yeah, basically, they went right back to doing what they did again. Do they? That's what I say. Like, do they really care about what you got to say, how you feel? No. What's this? What's that? Or do they just really give a damn about your money?
Right. It's about money. It's not about. It's about of course, they're supportive of the current administration. They were put back live for us to be able to go back on. They can continue to make money off of us. Obviously, they're going to support the current administration. Had it been reversed, they would have supported the other, like the outgoing administration, had they decided to put the stay in place. It was going to go with whoever helped them to continue to run and make money off of us. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, me neither. I'm definitely not surprised. Sorry, I'm doing the TikTok side of things too, but no, I'm very much not surprised. I kind of figured something was going to happen. Was it weird when it actually happened? Sure. I only reason why I won't be too harsh about it because there are people who make their money on there.
Absolutely.
And they make a lot of money, and that's what they've chosen to give up their life for it. I'm not their working life for it.
The thing about if we're speaking about TikTok specifically, is that this app has, and the reason why it has surpassed other apps is because one, it has the algorithm and the way it is set up has allowed people to be able to monetize in ways on this particular app that they have not been able to monetize on other apps. Yeah. You've got people who were able to quit their 9-to-5 jobs because they were able to advertise and get business for their own, their own personal businesses, but they were able to generate more business by just putting their stuff out on TikTok and putting it out there on a wider base. I have friends personally who have been able to grow a following and a platform that is allowing them to grow on other platforms as well now. But the way they were able to get through that door is based off of the way TikTok's algorithms work, and they started to be able to make money off of it. Yeah. It's so much harder to do that on other apps. So that is the advantage business-wise, like why this app has surpassed. It's just the way, and it's also, they give us more, well, I don't know how it's going to look now or in the future, but we've had more room to be more creative, to do more things than, we were able to do on other apps. And anybody can tell you, go on Instagram if you want to and post the same kind of stuff you post on TikTok. That's a totally different crowd over there. Yeah. You about to get a totally different vibe and a totally different response. Like it's a different atmosphere. Yeah. So it's just very unique in its structure. It's provided a lot of opportunities for people. People have been able to really be lucrative off the app. Not to mention people have been able to use it as a creative outlet, whether it be for entertainment purposes or to put out their own creativity and their own stuff.
Yeah.
And, grow a following and put themselves out there in ways they would never have been able to do on other apps because it just doesn't allow us to be able to do that in that way. It's not pushing us out there to people all over the world in the same way that TikTok is. So, I mean, that's when you look at it from a business aspect, that's why it's superior to other apps.
Yeah. If you can, it's paying people. It is paying people. You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten money off of TikTok plenty of times. It's pretty dope. I would say for me on the business side of things, do people rely so much on the app that Now, when it's time to move over to the other apps or whatever the case is, right? Not move on, but just when it's time for this stuff like what just happened, right? Where is your backup plan? I think that's the thing I want to talk about is what's your actual backup plan? I have had or been in people's lives where I've asked them, well, do you have an established Twitch or established YouTube or something? Because you have a lot of people following you. Them people should be able to migrate over to something else.
Not that easy though.
No, I know. Of course. Yeah,
I've talked
I
to
know.
several people when the ban was getting ready to happen who have a huge following on TikTok. And they will tell you that it is not as easy to get your followers from TikTok to migrate over to other socials. You can push it all you want. You can try. People just don't do it for whatever reasons. It's like the concept of following me on other platforms is not something that like is easily transferable. Like people just will not do it. They will not. You can say, these are my other platforms. Please go follow and support me there. And you're only going to have a small percentage of people who will go over and follow you. And it's just not the same. You may you may be actively trying to cultivate a following on these other platforms. It is not as easily to be grown organically on your own without sending people over. And also people just, why move? They're like, why go anywhere when you're right here?
Yeah. No.
You know what I mean? It's not as easy. It really isn't.
No, and I'm 100% with you. That's why I asked the question. What do you do in this point? You know what I mean? Do you start setting yourself up for going on the other side? And I think that even to a point to what you're saying, yes, it is extremely hard. We know this firsthand. We have a shit ton of following on both of our social media. So my TikTok, your TikTok together probably has about 10 to 20,000 together, right? Maybe. How come our following doesn't happen a certain way over there? You know, like it should. I'm sorry, I'll pull it back up. I gotta show a little shoulder to keep my fan. That's a good one because you're showing a little shoulder right now. But so if I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, that is something that for me, I have to keep preaching it. I have to keep pushing it. No matter what, you have to keep pushing that. That's what my advice would be, because I'm like, and then it's also depending on how you're telling people and what you're telling people and what you're actually trying to get them to come over there for. Because it's simple as hell. Like, we're like, oh, okay, all I gotta do is just do this thing and like something. Bam, it's that easy and but it's almost like it's so difficult at the same time. Because well, I don't really be on there like that, or I don't really do this, or I don't really do that. But once again, proving the point of what we're talking about. People are not going to migrate over, but now we're sitting in a space where TikTok shut the fuck down. What did in them 10 to 12 hours that it happened? Where was everybody at?
Looking dumbfounded.
Looking like, and especially if you got your favorite creators, somebody that you following that has probably told you that, hey, I'm on this, I'm on that. Now you don't even remember their fucking names. You can't find them.
And you can't make, I don't understand. Like, you cannot make them do it. There was a couple of people that I saw that I followed on that I wanted to continue to see their content. A lot of my social media people that I follow are people that some people are like acquaintances. I don't typically follow a lot of creators that I would follow everywhere on other apps, you know?
Yeah.
But there were a couple of people that I did want to follow on other apps. But I'm telling you, you can have content on other apps. Yep. You can have it set up, and you could be posting content on other apps and be like, hey y'all, go check out this over there. Or if you want to find me, go over there. They'd be like, I'm just gonna hope for the best. Good luck. I barely use YouTube unless I'm looking for hair reviews. Mel, if it wasn't for, I use YouTube now because one, our podcast. Two, I have a couple of friends who recently started a business and now they had to branch over to YouTube as well. And I used to watch like makeup videos back in the day, but I don't do that as much anymore, which is why you see a lot of popular ex-YouTubers over on Instagram. I mean, over on TikTok now. You see people like there's this girl that I follow now, and she is a YouTuber. That's where she makes the majority of her money, because that's where she started, right? She started on YouTube, and that's where she grew her following and her business. It was before TikTok. She's been doing it for a long time, but she has had to migrate over to TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And so
she had to migrate to TikTok.
Yes.
Okay.
Because before TikTok, that she started, her roots were in YouTube, and she got famous on YouTube. But now you'll see a lot of YouTubers who are having to migrate over to TikTok. Instagram is pointless to follow because, yeah, you're right. They won't show you. They're not going to push your content. They don't.
No, they pushing content that belong in other areas. Like, I've never seen so many titties on my goddamn news feed, and I'm like, goddamn, all I did was see one pair of titties. What the fuck? Like,
Instagram is a wild place.
But ask me if I don't care or not.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry. All right, look, anyway, I do care. I really do. I grow the fucked up. But it's animated titties. But so that's one of the biggest reasons why I say, yo, as hard as I like, my goal now is to start placing it in people's brains, like, hey, support the what do you say?
He said shout out to Diddy.
Hey man, listen, if I ain't tell you nothing.
Not the shout out. We already know, Mike. We already know.
All right. So she shut me the fuck down. Damn. And look, now Gabby sad, yo. Why you make Gabby sad, yo? Now she sad for me. What the hell, man? Nah, but it's so cute. But what was I saying? I was making a point. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought.
You're trying to like make it a point to tell people and push people to do something.
Oh, yeah. So kind of like when I tell people, it's like, I would never expect anything to be around. Never. I don't expect anything to be around. But if you can push people as much as you can, even if 2 to 3 come at a time, keep pushing them. Keep pushing them to where they need to be, because right now, as you can see, TikTok at any point can glitch off and watch you and Thanos fade away from you. Like she's like Mel said, Thanos fade. Like, you want that life? Go ahead, you get it if you want. But there's a chance that you're going to fade to black. And your favorite creators, people that you know you support, or that you want to support you push them to there. For me, I give a shit. I'm going to keep telling your ass, come on over to here. Come on over to here. Come on over to here. The only thing I feel like my job now is to start working on my verbiage on what I'm saying to people, how I'm getting people to come over, convincing people. Because when I get in these lives and I get on certain things, they're like, oh, Mike, when they say, oh, Mike, you got a podcast? That is the first thing that I do. That's the first thing I see. And then I'm like, okay, now I have your attention. Now I have to sell my podcast. I have to tell them why they should be here. You know, like we're closer to 250 at this point now. You know, like, and like I said, the goal is to get 750 more people. We need to get to our 1,000, but I need to spend more time putting emphasis on that, because a lot of people don't have time to listen to it. But I also realize, hey, we're wasting our time by just talking and having arguments on social media. We should be using that space to be able to create other spaces. Because guess what? Our white counterparts is making sure everybody's everywhere. They everywhere. They're not just sitting on here. They're not just sitting over here. Like Casanat, bigger in Twitch than he is anything else. Do you think he stopped going to YouTube and has millions of people watching his YouTube videos, his YouTube reactions, all these things? No. He got them on here. He got them on here. He got them on Facebook. Now he has opened up the floodgates for himself. You know, like everybody just so they know how to find a window. And it's crazy because TikTok is the easiest one to get the people. It's the easiest one. Everywhere else, you just gonna get your local people that you're friends with and hope that they're gonna share it out to somebody. TikTok will bring motherfuckers into your shit that you ain't never meet before. You might be sitting there with an ashy kneecap person from Zimbabwe staring at you, but he there.
Yeah.
That's all. Like, and that's why I said, like, we got to find other ways to do this shit. I talk to my friends, Tone, no, like getting more on this space and start learning other spaces. When me and Basic first started this shit, I will tell you this now. Yeah, I might have been a little bit more vast, but I could tell Basic was just having fun. She was enjoying what she was doing, but at the same time, it was a new experience.
Yeah.
Look where she's at now. I can almost guarantee you, she'll probably tell you, hey, yeah, don't sit on TikTok too much. Because when we met each other, we was on TikTok. We were talking on TikTok. Now it's like, yeah, I get to have my space. I can talk about what I want. My audience is my audience. I don't have to worry about strangers coming in here trying to fuck with me. You create your spaces, and that's exactly what we do. You know what I mean? And we create our own algorithm of people over here. Like, we have to find other ways and other ways to get people to follow us on other platforms, because we cannot rely on just one that might have 11 point something K followers, but are they natural? Are they this? Are they that? You need to make sure that some of these people are following you on other platforms that you want to make the money, or that you want to, get somebody to help grow a business.
You do, but I think it's also a factor in which these other platforms make it very difficult for you to be monetized.
Yes.
So we also look at that. Like, of course, people are going to migrate to TikTok when it's so easy to monetize. If you mean to tell me I can go live and people can gift me, and I can get that into my account the following week, just like that. But if I'm on other platforms like Twitch or YouTube or whatever, I have to have a certain amount of followers. I have to have a certain amount of hours put in. Like, there's so many criteria before they even consider you for monetization. And so when you have someone who wants and needs to make money quickly, why wouldn't they invest all of their time or most of their time in the place where they're going to be more lucrative? Yeah. And easily. And they don't have to. And if they're able to make it work, some people can really, they can figure it out. They figure out how to make it click. They figure out how to, or sometimes it just comes naturally. And they can get on the platform. They can get on TikTok and get a following, have people come in. They're supported, easily monetized. Before they know it, they're in the creator program and making money off of, like, it's such a quick thing to happen. You know what I mean? Not for everybody, but for some people. But if you invest the time and do the work, it's way easier to make money on TikTok than it is on other platforms. It just is. And so, some people are going to be like, why would I waste my time on these other apps when I can barely get anybody in there? Yeah. When I can be focusing all of my time here and actually making the money quickly. That's what's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's why I say, like, in more of a sense of it where it's at now, I agree with you. The only thing I say, and this is the reason why I make sure I wrote everything down. I'm actually gonna share out this book, but the reason why I wrote everything down. Yo, what's going on, Nick? How are you? 1 second, Nick. Let me answer this. The reason why I wrote it down the way that I did is because while you're in the midst of, at that point when you were in the midst of being big, you didn't know that it was going to turn out to be what it's going to be. Could that have been the best time to start pushing people to your other social medias? Because I know people that have Patreons. I know people that have OnlyFans. I know people that have all these other sites. But when they do their reviews, like I'll give you a person in particular. Let's use one of my favorite people, D Chanel, right? One thing I like what she does is that when she introduces herself, she does a quick introduction and she talks about following her on her Patreon. And she puts a little box like right here, like where me and you was at. She puts a little box down there and it shows this is her mini vlog videos to kind of like get you looking at it while you're listening to her talk at the same time. And it's like, oh, okay, let me head over to her other page and we take a peek at her other page and her doing her daily vlogs in her life. Now, is it bigger than what she's doing now? No, but I think the hope is she just keeps gathering people as we're going. So it was almost like just keep referencing your stuff. So like for instance, TikTok is the business, right, that you're trying to do, but it is somebody else's business, right? We got questions belong to nobody else but me and you. Right. So if I'm monetizing off of TikTok, I'm monetizing off of TikTok because I'm having a conversation with people on TikTok and people are gifting and doing those things, right? But what's my main goal? Get 2 or 3 people every single time I'm live to follow my podcast. I don't, because the numbers eventually add up and they keep going, they keep going, they keep going. So it's like that'll be the thing I'm talking about. So I know how tough it is. So now I'm putting in the work because I'm utilizing another platform that I'm a lot bigger in to say,
Right.
okay, I need y'all to make y'all way here. Go to my page, it's right there. Click on it, subscribe to it. I'm making sure I remind you of what you need to be doing or what you could be doing for us or whatever the case is, because it takes nothing to subscribe. It's just that I do realize that it's hard for people to press it.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for people to press it. So there's not no pressure or anything like that as far as it. I'm just kind of like just giving the information on how we can feel like we can help this thing grow with each other. Like this is one of the ways, one of the stages of something, because we obviously know that they want it, and they're going to treat it. And if they get it, they're going to treat it just like everybody else. It will not be with the TikTok that you thought it was going to be. The monetization is going to get harder. The things are going to get harder because you know what? They got to make up their money for what they possibly want to sell for. And the smartest person in the room was D. Trump when he told them they're worthless. Because he was right. They're worthless without us. It's absolutely worthless. Because the most money is being made over here. So I feel bad that has to be that, but oh my God. Like, comment, subscribe to Basic and the Freckled Angel. Tone, I love you, good brother. Thank you so much. This is my dog right here, man. He show up for me. And I love that. Make sure you share it out, Tone. Let some people come on through and hear this good old message we're talking about. But listen, if everybody is here, we're going to continue on the conversation. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit, make it a little bit more fun, good conversation side of it. Make sure that everybody subscribing, sharing it out to somebody who can enjoy this conversation and understand what we're trying to do here, as far as just bringing attention to the social media aspect and just saying, is it really like taking over our lives as we know? Like, yeah, me and Basic on social media right now. Technically, this is social media. We're talking to you live on a podcast. It's a social media site. So, and we share news. So, all right. Oh, this is what I wanted to do. So, me and her not together no more. I think that she gave me one of the best gifts I ever had in my life, the Freckled Angel book. But yes, this is a book that Mimi'sArtRoom.com is Milan's book. She does art. I'm trying to put her stuff up right now, but make sure y'all go to that site right there at the bottom. That's where she makes this. She makes all. I'm gonna say she makes it, but she does books, notebooks. She does. I don't know if she did calendars yet. She did notebooks, paintings, postings. What else does she have? Coloring books for children. She does a lot with her business, and she drew this for me with that thing. We talked about that. I said black has color, because it's not just about being a brown skin, light skin, dark skin, whatever it is person. We can have all colors, and this is strictly for like if you want to journal and put not stuff down, but you got some dope ass fucking art that's sitting in front of it. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I don't know when I took that picture, but it's probably a stolen picture that was made from it. So I'll make sure that y'all, doing that. But that's where I'm writing all my notes and stuff down. So anybody that's into that, please go ahead and go on that website and look it up. But make sure y'all go back if you missed it. Just rewind it a little bit and get all the information. But all right, so Basic, what are things about social media in particular that you feel as though are beneficial to us in life? Like, what is the fun things about social media that you like?
It's a source of entertainment. It's like a little escape from your day. When you want to see something funny, you need a laugh.
Okay.
Scroll through your For You page.
Scroll through that For You.
Something's bound to be entertaining and make you laugh for a minute.
How's your algorithm on your For You page?
Mine is actually pretty cool. Like, I have just recently, I only actually have one guy who gives the news, and I'm sure everybody's seen Aaron Parnas. He's everywhere. He's the only person that shows up on my For You page for
Aaron who?
Aaron Parnas, I think that's his name.
I don't know what that is.
Shit, he's everywhere. I don't know how you missed him. He's literally everywhere. He reports the news all day long. I don't think this kid ever sleeps. I think he eats, breathes, sleeps the news, and then he only opens his eyes to get on TikTok or his other channels and report it to us.
Okay.
But he's the only person that's really on my For You page. Mine is full of like random stuff right now. It might be the latest like TikTok, the latest like TikTok celebrity and I say TikTok celebrities because we wouldn't care about them outside of TikTok, but like their latest scandals, or it might be like some really crazy funny stuff. I get like random dog videos. I also have like, because I like funny dog videos. I also have like the heartwarming funny stuff. Mine is just like, mine's pretty feel good. You know, you build that's the thing. You build your own algorithm based off of what you watch. So mine's pretty like it's feel good stuff for the most part. And then every once in a while, it'll be a couple little gossipy little things. And then Aaron Parnas giving me the news that I don't want to hear sometimes.
Yeah, ain't gonna lie to you. I thought you was gonna mention the dude Aaron Pierre or something like that. Is that his name?
Yeah, no, because I don't really watch Aaron Pierre videos.
I'm just saying, there's like everywhere. The Mufasa guy, like everybody's
right. But
so,
the thing about your algorithm is it's based off of what you're actually looking at.
Oh yeah, but I figured if you was watching cat videos and shit, it'd eventually be like, you know, I always went at the brother. You know, I was
only when
I don't want that.
Right. That showing up, and I quickly scrolled past those, so I think it got.
Damn, you really
got the picture.
Get the fuck out of the way. No, I feel you.
The first 50, I can't hear it anymore. Like
the first 50.
Yeah, we get it. We're not messing with your brother, please.
Then everybody doing that little dance, but it's whatever. So let's see. Hold on, who said that? Scar was the real victim. Yeah. Scar was lazy too, but you know, we ain't gonna talk about that. Yeah, we want to go see the movie Basic. I want to go see it.
Oh, I didn't see it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, shit was dope. I think it's just, you know, I don't think people was ready for that type of it. If it was in the cartoon form, maybe people would have watched it, but you know. So I would say for me, the good part about social media is the meeting of people. When you meet these dope ass people that's in your life, you met them possibly through social media. That's my best thing about it. Going into some lives and talking to people that you know are cool and being able to chit chat with them and really bust it up with them and spend and have fun times with them. Took the lines a little bit when people be saying some wild stuff on there and fighting not to get your ass blickied and banned off of there for a couple of days or 2 a week because everybody get their ass whooped at some point. So, you know, I think that's one of my favorite things about it. And, you know, this is one of the reasons why me and you here. So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that. But I would say my rock and rhythm is a little cooking with Kaya, you know. Then I got other things on there too. So, you know, probably more silly ass videos of like some Dragon Ball stuff or I don't know, funny videos that me and Marcus shares to each other all the time. So, you know, just little things like that, little subtle stuff. So my TikTok algorithm is actually pretty cool. I like my TikTok algorithm because it's random. It's all hell. And it's pretty cool though at the same time. So
can I just point out something really quick? And I want you to tell me if you think this is what it is. So you're live on TikTok right now, right?
No.
Oh, you're not anymore?
No, I turned it off. Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. What was you gonna say? I wanted to hear it.
I was gonna say, like, do you think if you weren't live on TikTok, those people would be over here?
Oh, no, that's why all I did was Teleco people. They did come over, so while I was live. That's why Mel came over.
I was gonna say, I didn't know. I thought you were still on. I was gonna say, do you think? Because that was gonna be my point.
The migration and stuff like that. Yeah.
People would rather just sit on TikTok than go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'd rather sit there. And when you be like, nah, come over here, they'd be like, that means I have to move my finger to another app. I gotta touch another app to open it. You mean to tell me I gotta do like this and then click?
Yeah, that's probably the more. Yeah, that right there. They don't want to do that part. They don't want thumbs up. They don't want to do shit. I'm like, yo, go to like it.
I gotta swipe out of this app.
Yeah, they're not doing all that. So, and I understand.
No, they refuse. I'm telling you, they refuse.
I completely understand. Do I get mad because people don't want to move this stuff? Sure, no. I think we are probably at our absolute laziest, you know, in our lives, and it's okay because you're allowed to be lazy for you.
Yeah.
Do your thing. So, you know, but you know, do I like it at the same time? Sure.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, the other good thing about social media is the ability to be the opportunities that it provides for you. You know, the ability to monetize and be lucrative and make real money, and you can turn your dream literally into a reality. it provides you that opportunity. It honestly does. Like,
Yeah.
you have the ability to turn your dream into a reality. And sometimes rather easily. Sometimes it's going to take some work. Like, it's not all going to be super easy. Like, it's going to take obviously some work. But there were so many people that I saw, like, when the ban was getting ready to happen, that said, like, TikTok helped them turn around their business, their sales. It kept their restaurants open. It kept their boutiques open. They were able to open like an online store. Like, the money that they were able to make once they were able to get on TikTok and put their stuff out there versus what they were doing before was night and day.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's so conflicting because, like I said, I think I just looked at it and said, like, it just showed how desperate it was that people really needed it. Nothing wrong with it, but they really desperately needed it.
Yeah. I mean, but you got to think about it. Like, if you're not making that money anywhere else, and all of a sudden that income is gone.
Yeah.
If you have this thing that's helping you make all this money, not to say that you're not putting your eggs in other baskets, but you have one particular place that has made your income grow exponentially, and then all of a sudden someone says you don't have it anymore. I got to figure out what I'm going to do to make up for this huge loss.
That was quick, Seneca. What's going on? No, keep going. Keep going.
You know what I mean? I got to figure
out social media, Seneca.
How to, like, make up this loss. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm doing this other stuff, but it's not making me half as much money as I'm making over here. No. And now that it's gone, what am I going to do? Because it was a huge chunk. Yeah, I'm trying to diversify. I'm trying to put myself out there in different ways, but the money's just not coming in the same way. You know what I mean? I'm not getting the same kinds of money. You take that one element away that probably grew their business so much. Of course, they were trying to figure out what to do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. Okay. I would say that's probably the little conflicting part that I'm having with myself. Mm-hmm. Because of the fact that and it's all to your points. It's all to your points from earlier that people don't want to do a particular thing. But you got a job you still got to do. If I know that they gave me a deadline, just as hard as we press people to push these dollar bills on us, to give us the money to do this, to do that, it's the same amount of push that you need to put into making sure people are getting to your other spaces too. Because you have lawyers. No. Hear me out. I'm not saying they have to. I'm just saying, like, because of the fact that this particular site, Thanos snap. It was a Thanos snap. It really was. And like I said, I'm 100% with you with how. What up, Joe? I'm gonna get to you in a second, Joe. He has a good point about something. But just as quick as they can take that shit from you, it's almost like, yo, let's like you had us some time. Start pressing and start pushing people to say, yo, we're doing these gifts, you're doing this, you're doing that. Yeah. If I'm sitting here with 1 million followers, I have to look at my numbers and say, I have 1 million followers on here. Mm-hmm. I can get a couple 100,000 people to follow me on other platforms too.
Hopefully.
Oh, no. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully I can get that happening. But your loyalists will be your loyalists. Yeah. Right? People who really fuck with you and really want to see you, they'll go over to where you at. Right. They will do it. It's just that it's who you are, it's what you are, is what you're talking about, is all these different aspects, all these different avenues that you could take. So that's what I'm saying. That's the part that's just conflicting to me. That doesn't mean that I agree or disagree or anything. I just think that we have to find a way to be able to make, as we're going along, we understand that this bomb can potentially blow. Right. And how do we at least talk to the people and the severity of the situation, even if it ain't me trying to convince somebody, it's also like, yo, trying to get those people to try to get to your other platforms. Because yes, it's hard to monetize on these other platforms, but the slower the more you work your people over to there, the more they can start, paying attention to everything. Because TikTok is easy. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I think you're right. I definitely think that's important. People do need to do that. I think it's just one of those things where in a lot of cases, it's a lot easier said than done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not the part about pushing people, but the part about getting people there. You know what I mean? Like, you know how they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink?
Yeah.
You can, hey Ray, you can push it
Right, Joe.
1,000 times. But we're on a hope and a prayer that people will go. You know what I mean? Like, you can continuously. I think it was a awakening for everybody, realizing that they had to figure out other ways to make this money. But the problem is, I can do all the pushing that I can do, right? But I can't make you go. And that's the problem. Like, people are very complacent when it comes to wanting to go over there. You could do this whole song and dance and have people try to go over to your platforms. And you're right. There are people who will be like, no, I'm diehard, and I want to make sure that I don't stop seeing your comments. So I'm going to go and make sure that I follow you everywhere else. And then you have people who'll be like, well, maybe we won't have to do that. Maybe it'll stick around.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll do it another day.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I got to remember. That's the thing. Like, you would hope, you would wish that people would just click a link and press follow. You know what I mean? I had a friend recently who had thousands of people in their live, right? Following their content, liking their content, had an amazing stream. Constantly was pushing for people to follow over in their other platforms. Minor itty bitty bit of growth on the other platforms. People just didn't care to. They were like, why, we're right here right now. Like, I'm watching you right now. Why would I click out to go follow you somewhere else? I'm just going to sit here and watch. Or you could be like, the link is in the bio, or putting it in there over and over again, people to be able to see it and like connect. They just will not go. And I've talked to several other people, and they're having the same problem, like trying to figure out how to migrate over to, like, how to get their followers to go over to Twitch. Just wasn't working for them. Like, you might get a couple who really love you and they want to go and they will support you, but to get people to really just like be like, okay, yeah, we want to follow you and go. Shit, it's like pulling teeth.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up some more information on what is that called.
No, that's true, Tom.
When people, I'm gonna get what's the name's comment, Joe's comment in too. What is it called when people stay to one platform?
I don't know.
I just want to. Is there a term for this? Is there a name for this? Platform exclusivity, where they kind of just stick in one place. That's what. It's personal preference. I would think that's what that is. Personal preference, issues with just being on social media at all.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can stay here. I'm cool with this, but I ain't going nowhere else. Because some people really don't dig social media. Some people really don't do social media. They get the very bare minimum of what this is, and that's how they're going to move with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of that too. I just want to look that term up of what that is. And that's probably why a lot of people won't follow. But at the same time, that's also, and I believe, to me personally, that's just that people don't have the attention span to want to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And like, okay. And almost like telling somebody what to do too.
Yeah.
That's the thing for people. It's like, oh, now you're telling me I got to go over to this platform, but I really don't.
Yeah.
People don't want to go to work every day. That's one of the biggest things too. So it's
you
almost
can barely get people to move their finger to tap the screen and just like put the lights by just tapping your finger on the screen.
Right.
Shit.
You really have to be.
They're gonna be like, you don't tell me what. Okay, keep your finger still then.
Right. You literally have to find people that are very loyal to you.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find people that are loyal to your platforms. And it's like I said, sometimes it's based off of what you create.
Yeah.
Because if you have a heavy streamer following and you stream on other places, that if Mike was streaming on Chick-fil-A, facts. Get you a nice little shake and some nuggies, like all that stuff. But Yeah, so I think that's basically what it is. Joe's comment said, "I believe text messages have completely removed the art of conversing intellectually." I was never really a fan of texting like that. Even
No.
I like talking on the phone because I feel like I'm gonna miss something. I'm not gonna give you everything. I'm gonna give you things, but I'm thinking about so much at one time. All those thoughts that can become more of a thought within the conversation. I have to give you something that keeps this line right here because I don't want to give you too much and overdo what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where like my brain doesn't do a particular thing. It's like when I answer a very simple question, I'm like, cool, right? I'll answer it very simply. But if we have conversations with dialogue, it's almost like I want to say it. I want to say everything that's on my mind and coming out like and trying to relay the message the right way.
Yeah.
It's weird because like when me and you plan for podcast episodes, I see how our brains can start doing more as opposed to if we was texting this. Because if we was texting all the stuff that we were talking about, oh man.
Yeah.
We would have came up with a podcast episode that probably wouldn't have a lot of dialogue to it. It'd just be like, how do we free the bears? It's like, oh, there's nothing around what actually goes on with it. And everybody like, all right, so what the fuck y'all talking about with freeing the bears? Like, what is that?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I agree. I think and it's mostly probably for our younger generation too.
Yeah.
Especially that short form of text that they do now. Like everything is in, and now they're starting to speak in short form. You know what I mean? I think also for me, what I hate about texting sometimes is tone is missed through text.
No pun intended, Tone.
Right. Not you, Tone, not you, but my tone, what my meaning is tone, and when it comes to tonality, I could say one thing and you could take it a certain way because you can't hear how I'm saying it. You know what I mean? So it's left for you to interpret how you think I might be relaying this message, as opposed to you actually.
Hey, Tone, I'm gonna send you an invite to come on the show.
And so then I can be more articulate and really express how and you could hear the sentence and I say it the way I'm meaning it and you get better understanding. But I will say that I am guilty of, like, I don't talk a lot on the phone. Because sometimes I can be a hermit. Just like
that's one thing about you, Basic. You definitely, when you go dark, that shit like, hey, yo, where's she at? Excuse me.
Which is crazy because I think when I'm around people, I'm a pretty social person. Like I like to talk. You know what I mean? But then there's times when I'm like, boop, shut completely off.
You don't hear nothing from her.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's like two polar opposites. It's like a person who can't shut up and then just like you don't hear anything from me at all.
It'd be like that. That's what I would say. Like it happens. Seneca did write something. True people usually miss me. Yeah, bro. That's exactly what it is. For me, when I'm texting, I can only do that not
multitask.
Yes, not multitask. Okay, I prefer in person over the phone. Oh, you even prefer that now?
Face to face.
Now, Seneca, in that sense, would you prefer a person FaceTiming you too? It's weird, but I feel FaceTime being somewhat physical, even though you're virtual.
Okay.
Because I'm interacting with you. I'm actually seeing your physical movements. I'm seeing your physical everything. So I can put the creativity ain't sitting in my mind anymore. It's actually sitting with you. I can actually see you. I'm talking to you. It's whatever, like we're intermingling with each other as I can see you.
Yeah.
And that's, I get 2020 showed me that part of it. Like that really
puts the news show?
In that. No. COVID times 2020.
Oh, the year 2020.
The year 2020.
Like you still watching 2020?
Oh man.
That's still on TV.
No, but that really showed me a lot of what's been going on with us. Let's see. She said, since working customer service once upon a time for 6 years, I prefer texting or hanging out with a call sprinkled here and there. Yeah. I think a lot of people, you know, we've learned that some of us don't like people, and the dope part about it is we're not gonna, if we don't fuck with you, we just don't fuck with you. Nobody
Yeah.
gonna sit back and just put themselves in a space they don't want to be in. People have made their decisions.
Yeah, I think, and this is sort of like reflective of what we're talking about. When 2020 happened, not the TV show, but the year when 2020 happened and COVID happened, we were forced to be stuck in our houses for like a year, right? And so our way of socializing was social media. And I do think that it definitely had effect on the way we continued to socialize from that point on. Before that, we were forced to be out and about amongst people to be social, right? We had to go out places to be social and to interact with people. We were forced to talk to people and have conversations and, you know, do all that stuff. Hey, Fat Mike, hey. So
Yo,
we
Mike.
had to do those things. Then you have COVID happen and we're all stuck in the house. Right. And our only form of socialization is social media. And then I think, and maybe even for me too, well, no, my job was very social. So I didn't really go out a lot before, but my job before COVID was a job that people were always there. I worked in entertainment. I did concerts. So I was always around huge groups of people. And if not, you know, during the concerts, I was at work every day with my people at work. You know what I mean? So we would go out and go to shows. And so then when COVID happened, I'm stuck here in the house. I stopped going places because I was used to not going places, right? I changed professions because I had to. Now my job is work from home. I don't have a job that's around tons of people. I don't socialize nearly as much, but I also will say I had to figure out a way also though to separate myself, because I do think there was a point in time, like right after COVID, when I realized I was probably a little too codependent on my social media socialization. And I feel like I had gotten too wrapped up in that world and it just wasn't productive. It wasn't realistic. You know what I mean? I had to sort of take a step back from that, because I do think a lot of people's lives began to center around the lives they created on social media, as opposed to the lives that is happening around them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the reality that's actually right in front of them. Their reality was actually on their television. I mean, not their television, on their phone. So they, you know, you have to find a healthy balance. Mm-hmm. I know there's people to this day that post all of their personal business that we should not know anything about.
Facts.
On TikTok to strangers. I should not know these things about you. I don't know you. I don't know your real name. Your name is Jenny 45 Heart. Like, you know, but I know
Jenny 45 Heart.
I know everything that's happening in your relationship. Like, I know what's going on in your relationship. You know what I mean?
And I shouldn't know.
Right, that I shouldn't know, because it became normal for us to put our lives on this platform, as opposed to deal with it like in reality. You know what I mean? Yeah,
we got a lot of comments, but so this is basically what you're talking about. People on the phone trauma dumping more. So like that's the biggest part, is that they're just sitting on social media and they're dumping everything that has happened in their life. Ray, how would you experience this amazing voice? Then shake my head, Shane. Yes, sir, Mike, my guy. What's going on, brother? Tone. I'm not non-social. It's my preference, but if my phone rings, I'll answer it. Yeah, I'll take a little sun shower then. They just having a fun conversation.
Right.
The messages, yeah. I think
he's meant to say I think I had.
Yeah, I had social anxiety before COVID, but I think it got worse after. Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah. Because you had to now find your outlets, and your outlets was mainly social media because you couldn't go out fucking side. So it was like,
right.
Yeah, I know way too much about people I don't care for. Yeah. Big fast, way too much info for the masses. Yep. You know, someone that drumming those every time she gets on a live platform. We all do.
A live. I'm going to try to find a way to say this without saying too much. because I do think Mike, we probably both know some of these people. And listen, even though what they put out there was very personal and out there to the whole world, I'm not going to try to repeat all of the stuff. And I definitely don't want to like say, even though people saw it because it happened on TikTok, you know, I hate that. But I literally watched someone give information that was very personal about their personal relationship with one another in a live amongst a group of people. And they gave that information to this person for the first time in the live. And I'm watching them in real time be like, is this the way you're really telling me this? But they were like, and the reasoning was, well, these are our friends. Like, they've watched our relationship. Okay. But what you're telling me is in my mind, I was like, it was such a personal thing. You know what I mean? It was very much a conversation that should happen and take place face to face before you say it to anyone else. It was a very intimate thing. It had everything to do with the two of them and no one else. And the way they chose to disclose this information to their partner was in a live. And completely caught them off guard. And I was a little embarrassed. Like I wanted to go in and say, hey, because these are, you know, people that we know. All right. But I was so uncomfortable that I had to watch it from the outside. I almost felt like I couldn't walk in the room because it would have made it worse. You know what I mean?
Wait.
We're all watching it like it's happening.
Wait.
On TikTok.
Was I part of this situation?
No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that. Remember that time?
No, not that time. That was crazy too.
Remember that time? Yeah,
that was crazy too. But like, no, I couldn't even walk in the room. Even though I'm watching it, I didn't want to be a part. It felt like something I should not be a part of.
It felt like if you'd have walked in the room, a dish would have came flying right by your head.
Or not even that, just would be like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, hey, how y'all doing? That's kind of how it felt to be like walking through the most
fucking walking around on eggshells throughout the whole conversation.
Yeah, it was just so. But I feel like people have gotten so used to like exposing their whole life. I even have said, and I've talked about this here, even the people that I meet on social media, if you become someone that's very close to me in my real life, I am never talking about the things that happen in our real lives on social media, even if we met through social media. Because if you were somebody who I chose to bring into my close personal circle and into my actual life, what happens between us does not belong on social media, even if that's how we met.
Yeah.
I hold on to that stuff really tight. You have to have a divide to me. I'm not telling, just because I met you on social media does not mean I'm going to air out all of our dirty laundry to the whole world.
That's the part right there. Is like, when did people actually think that was a fucking thing? That's the part for me. Like, when was that ever a thing? Like,
right?
You ever sit back and say, hey, we're friends now on social media. Can I tell you how everything happened to me? And it's like, the fuck. It's almost like it's gonna sound crazy. I'm using an anime reference. Just imagine you sitting there, you meet this character, and the character chill as fuck. You're like, oh, cool, I like this character. And next thing you know, the character makes a mean face, and a whole fucking tsunami is coming behind it. And it's like, oh, what the fuck is that? That's all their problems. That's all their problems coming to rain down on your ass, and now you're gonna hear all of it.
Right. I mean, Mike, I dated someone not too long ago that I met off social media. And when we broke up, I still to this day have not talked about why we broke up. I definitely, like, when I went live and people finally ended up going live and people realized that we weren't together anymore, everybody was like, well, why? Why the fuck do y'all think I'm going to tell y'all? Our relationship was not superficial. It was not just for TikTok. It was a real life relationship that happened outside of this app. This is someone that was in my life outside of this app. Why do you think I'm going to tell you about the personal things that happened outside of this app on here? Like, you know who we are only by on face value, like what you see here on this app, but our personal lives, like what happened in our personal lives, I'm not bringing that here. But a lot of people do. Like, they get on and they tell everything that happened between a person just because they met them on social media. They think that it's for like social consumption, and it's not.
Right. All right. Look at this. So I think oversharing is a sign of social anxiety. Of course, definitely is. And a lot of people have it these days due to COVID, due to social media, just awkward ways to be relatable by picking familiar topics.
Yeah.
Now, I do know this about Rachel because she always posts gym videos. I be getting whole bios in the sauna at the gym after just saying good morning.
Right.
Motherfucker be like, man, I was at the gym, I was in the sauna. When I was in the sauna, this happened. You be sitting there like, so it's not a good morning. Got it.
Right.
Thank you. When I joined TikTok, I was in a total different. Well, I'm adding to that. I read it the way that I wanted to say it. That's crazy work. I was in a different headspace, and now it's hard to keep up with it now. Yes. When I met Seneca, she used to be on social media. She used to be in the panels, German Chocolate 86. I think I'm right. German Chocolate 86. And she was in the panels. I remember being in the panels. She'd be at work and just sitting back and chilling. Like that was because people were working from home type of thing. Sitting back talking to the people that we knew and just chilling, having fun. Next thing you know, this is where I think things get a little misconstrued, right? So you have your friends. And you got your internet friends. Let's put it like that. For now, it's just internet friends, you know. And that initial thing, y'all got your internet friends, and then you have situations where your internet friends, you start getting men in there now. Let's say you're the woman. We're using like if you're the woman. Let me put context on this. You're the woman, and you're in there, and you're talking, and y'all all enjoying the conversations day by day by day. Y'all always having good conversations. You get those occasional men now that want to come in and start flirting with you. Then they come in and start flirting with you. Now they're in your inbox. But here goes the shit now. One of the women that's on the panels with you like the guy that's flirting with you now. Now that they like the guy that's flirting with you, the words start being said. The little slick shit start happening. She start flirting with him while you're on live. He's flirting with you. Now jealousy starts getting created. Now y'all ain't solid with each other no more. Now it's confliction going on because this person is now mad that this person ain't giving them that attention. So now they start throwing little subtle things. She cute, she all right, she does, and it's like, now the language is changing. Now we're not having fun on social media no more. Now we're living like a high school.
Yeah.
It went from social media and having fun to people that you don't know. Now you got to know people. Now it became high school. Jealousy at our grown ass ages now. Not saying that you can't be jealous. It's nature. That's nature. You know, nature is to be jealous. But ain't no way in hell. Like, one of the most annoying things about social media, when I tell people I got a platform and I got a podcast, I gonna say, yeah, my co-host basically on it, she. Yes, she. Is you fucking or what? That's the first questions I get, and I'm like, first of all, hold up, basic. Don't make them faces. That is
no, I know that was in reference to that. It's like I just thought, what a wild question to ask somebody. I was thinking that's just a wild question to even ask, to assume and ask. I'm fucking with you, basically. But your face was like, ugh. No, I meant like,
no, I'm playing. But it is very much so. Like, right. But I'm like, no. I tell them shit off. No. Yeah. That is not it at all. And then they'll see like the video where we met. Oh, so look, y'all met. Look how close y'all are with each other. Yeah, because we were fucking talking and everybody in the room was dancing. We were on my social media talking to y'all to tell y'all what we're doing currently.
Yeah.
We were doing a live at home TikTok we got questions thing. And it's like that right there will just show you how people think on social media. They treat social media as if it's their home life. Like, don't bring that bullshit over here. Like, I mean, I guess you can because that's the space to do it. I can't even get mad at it. It is what it is. Like, I can tell you not to, but you're going to do it.
Yeah. But that's another reason why I feel like for me personally, I have to draw a line with the proximity that I allow people into my life from social media. Everybody is not deserving of your energy, right? And it's for reasons just like that. Like people who are going to make an assumption based off of absolutely nothing other than male and female. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's so weird to me. And it just lets you know that not everybody, just because they're friendly to you on TikTok, they don't really know you. You know what I mean? We're acquaintances, not.
I got phone coming up.
We're acquaintances, not friends. You obviously don't know me because if you knew me, you wouldn't even be questioning me like that.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Big time facts.
But people get it misconstrued all the time, and they think just because we sit in a panel together or sit in a live together, you my best homegirl. I'm gonna tell you all my business and everything that happened. And no, don't do that. You don't know these people for real. Stop it.
But you know what happens now, and I'm gonna bring you up for this, Tone. Welcome everybody. Welcome in, my guy Tone. Thank you for coming through, Tone.
Hold on, you can see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Oh shit. What's up, yeah? I thought this was some audio shit.
I mean, you can turn your camera off if you want.
Can you see you?
She said, "Can you see you?"
Can you see you?
Hold on, I gotta turn this. Oh shit, I can see me. Okay, my bad. Shit, my bad.
Oh, you didn't come into the thing. Oh, okay, I got you.
I ain't never seen this shit before, bro.
Welcome in. I brought you up here for a reason. So you know why? If one, you engaging in the conversation. That's one. You're definitely engaging in the conversation, and it's dope because I remember I told you I was gonna get you up here too. She said, "Hey, Tone." Oh, so if you want to see what everybody's writing, Tone, look in the top right corner to say like "join the conversation" or something like that. It's in the boxes. Like you see where we at is like right to the right or something. To the right side of your screen, you'll see where it says "join the conversation" or something, or either at the top or the bottom.
Does he need to turn his phone to see it? Does he need to put his phone?
If you need to turn your phone to the side, it will make the box bigger. Pause. You know, he from New York. You got to make sure you're talking to him.
There we go.
Yeah, gotta make sure you're talking to him right.
Yeah,
because he's from New York, you gotta make sure you. I gotta make sure you say it a certain way.
Oh, tell him what it is. Tell him you know what it is. Like,
say that shit right, goddammit.
You break that pretzel when you eat that. You break that hot dog when you have. You eat that hot dog a long way. Like, no, but
see, I still have fucking YouTube going on the side too, so that shit was throwing me off.
Yeah, well, if you see it on the side, that's still you logged into your YouTube. That's all it is. So
it'll be all right.
Yeah.
What's up? Hey, the freckled angel. What's up, my brother?
Yeah, shit. Here we go. What's going on, brother? What's going on? I don't know. Why did you do that, yo? Basically, he gonna do like this to me.
Happy Monday. What's up?
Sir, yes, sir. All right, so look, I'm bringing you up for that particular purpose of what Basic was talking about. Really, so you could relay this again so we can get a refresher of what you were talking about.
Which part?
Just about how we, the men and women that's on social media that leaves the expectations on or bringing the arguments to you, bringing all the problems to you and stuff like that, trauma dumping with you.
Oh yeah,
leaving you with that shit. Like
people have made social media their place to air their dirty laundry as well as anybody else's laundry, and they put all of their personal business out there to these perfect strangers. Just because you are sitting in a live with some people a couple of times and they're on the same panel as you does not mean they deserve to know what happens in your home. Yeah. Like, why are you? These people don't really know you. They don't really care for you like that. Like, yeah, they might like you and think you cool people, but they don't know you and they have no real loyalty. You don't know how many people I have seen that have fallen, like they've had a rift between two people and someone else, and they'd be like, I'm on her side, and then later you see those same people beefing, and then they're airing out each other's like it's so wild to me. Like, y'all were just cool last week while y'all were like both ganging up on this other chick.
Oh man.
And now y'all hate each other, and you telling all the stuff about this girl that we don't need to know, and I didn't want to know, but you putting it out there because you're being spiteful, and you like, but y'all were just cool and loyal. That was your best friend the other week. No, it's not like that. We got to stop doing that.
You know how many TikTok conversations, Tone, we done walked into where motherfuckers is beefing with each other, and it's like, yo, y'all was just cool 5 minutes ago. What the fuck just happened? Like, yo.
That's why it's tough, because if you're not an extra social person that be online all day, you don't know some shit transpired at 10 in the morning. So now by 4 in the afternoon, you like, they done made posts about each other. They've been going back and forth for the last 6 hours. It went from, you sleep on my floor, and you used to be like, what? Why are you telling all this business? Your mother got cancer. You be like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This shit too, because I think this shit done turned into a sympathy contest. Like everybody just want to sit there and look like the victim the most, and they want to put the worst information out the fastest. So they just don't want to look like the damn loser too. Like it's annoying as hell. And they literally throwing people under the bus who probably at some point was probably their damn best supporter on one of these damn platforms. Fuck around and turn into a real friend off the app too. Right. And they go right down that road like a split fucking second, like nothing.
Right, it's crazy. I've had falling outs with people that I've met from social media that were my friends. Ask me, will I ever talk about it on social media? Absolutely not.
Right.
Because if I thought of you enough for you to be my friend, and I called you my friend, why the fuck am I talking about what happened with us to strangers who don't give a fuck about me? Why am I doing that? Right. What is the point? Why would I go and tell, even if I'm pissed, what is the point of me going just because they know us from there? Now I'm going to go and tell everybody what happened. That doesn't even make any sense. It's no one's business what happened.
Yeah.
Like it's absolutely, I've seen
excuse me,
women who have dated guys that they've met off of social media, and then when it doesn't work out, they tell everything that happened in the bedroom, like trying to embarrass them and putting that out there. Like that shit's crazy to me. Like it's so wild. And then you make you feel like, what? I want to be like, why the fuck did you fuck with them in the first place? Like, especially if it's a repeated pattern, like it happens all the time. I have purposely stopped talking to a guy because he was having a live. I was about to walk in to say hello. And in the live, I noticed they were talking about somebody that I knew. And I knew that he had talked to before. Like, it wasn't a big deal. Because we were just talking. It wasn't anything serious. And my other friend didn't care either. She had moved on. It's fine. But me and this guy have been flirting. And I'm on the outside. And I'm watching him and his friends actively talk about her. Yeah. And say some of the nastiest, like, stuff that she wasn't even there to defend herself with. And in my mind, all I could think of, why the fuck would I talk to you? Because if we ever fell out, you would allow people to speak about me in the same way, and you wouldn't even come to my defense. You would allow people to talk about me this way, to tell lies, because none of it was true, to put this energy out there where everybody thinks that I'm this person and I did this, and that, and you would just sit there and listen. I don't want to talk to you. I changed my mind. No. Like, it's like you're not even somebody I want to talk to. Like, he was letting them say the nastiest stuff about her, and she wasn't there to defend herself, and he didn't say a thing. He just, kind of was like, I guess. What, are we being serious right now? And that was the thing that made me stop talking to him.
I did to talk to one person online, and you know what? Pretty early on in that situation, I had somebody reach out to me about them. And they gave me a bunch of information about the person, but I was like, nah, the person seems genuine. I'm not going to sit there and go believe what somebody said. Mm-hmm. But somebody literally gave me the whole playbook, and it played out exactly like like the person told me before it even got to that point.
Yeah.
So I sat there and I gave this person information, and I wanted to see if it made shit that wasn't even true. I gave information to the person to see if it would make it to other people, if I made it interesting enough. And for sure, just like I thought it would, it made it to people. And then that's why the whole social media shit is weird, because you sitting there telling other people what you think is somebody else's private business, but them same people don't really mess with you. So they come around in a circle, and then they come and tell me what you would think about me too. So now it's like you really have to vet, even worse than dating. Because that's not even a date part. You have to vet people on social media.
Absolutely.
forget even dating. That's a whole nother level. You got, if somebody's actually being a damn friend to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Biggest
you gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
It's like y'all were saying earlier. I forgot. I don't know who said it. Somebody said in the comments. But yeah, the whole COVID, it threw everything off. So you kind of got on, even online, like say specifically me. I wasn't an online person. But then I got online and I had to learn how to be a little vulnerable to sit there and attempt to get to know people. And it's like you open up that side and you're like, damn, I should have never came to this damn place.
Right. You have to be very careful.
Like cat piss on the side of the building now.
You just have to be, and we become so codependent. You have to You have to pull back. And if you don't know how to, you can be consumed, because it's so easy to become codependent on social media for all of your social interactions and relationships with other people. And then you start to not have anybody else outside, or even know how to decipher what is a friend and what is not a friend. You know what I mean? I'm like this in my own personal life. Like, I just don't let everybody close to me. So not everybody's going to know my personal business. I might consider you a friend and somebody I can be social with, but that does not mean I'm telling you everything. Like, I'm not one of those people to do that. I'm not going to overshare, because I know that there are limitations to what we know about one another. Right, Ray? Our energy is way too expensive. I just can't allow people that kind of access to me. So I'm very careful with the kind of people and the people that I allow close to me and that I will talk to about personal things. Like, there could be people who I seem very close with. They're not going to be somebody who I'm going to go and like vent to when I need to vent, because I can't always trust that just because you're friendly with me that you have my best intentions
Right.
in mind. You know what I mean? Or that you're actually, one day you might not think this might be something really, juicy to tell somebody, just out of like sheer conversation.
Yeah.
And now all my personal shit that I entrusted with you is everywhere.
Right.
Like,
this is true. Energy is definitely too expensive. Energy and time does the same as that thing, because when you exert energy, you exert your time. And that's the thing you cannot get back, obviously. So it's like, you can recoup money, you can do certain things, but you can't get that time that I just wasted back. So everything that is the most expensive thing that you can give someone, is your personal time. And that personal time creates bad memories, depending on what happens. If I got to now think about something, so now I got to waste my time thinking about what you just did to me and what hurt me and what's this and what's that, right? So now I'm spending too much time with that shit. And I guess this is why a lot of the people, they find their niche, they find their crew, they find people that they know and is like-minded on the same page as them, and they leave it as that. They leave it as that. Man Basic has been running this thing 2 years now. It'll be 2 years next month for the podcast. I think I met Basic a little bit almost 3 years ago. Not one argument, not one bad, easy flowing. There's no conflict. There's none of that stuff. And on top of that, there's strategies, there's things about life that we should be able to have with us, but we don't know these things. Like creating spaces all the time, creating safe spaces, actually asking questions and saying, "Hey, is this that? Is that that?" Or blah 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 blah. Anytime we come up, you gotta hear me today, coming up with the topic, talking about it today. I'm flying all types of stuff everywhere. I want this, I want to do this, blah blah blah. And she like, okay. So then what I would do is say, but you can't say no, you know that, right? I'll do things like that because I'll make sure to check in. I'm not just, it's all about me. Like, no. I have the idea, but that's because I'm just flowing the idea. And then you got to see when she has her idea, she will go and she'll talk about all the things, blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, it's like, I'm for it. And then she'll be like, but we don't have to do this if you don't want to. Remember, we always got, so we check in with each other, even in the midst of the conversations. This is something that does not happen on social media, because I hate that word, but it's so overrated to me. But crash out is obviously a thing. And motherfuckers are crashing out on social media like it ain't nobody's business. It's like, why are we here? Like, that's the part for me. Why are we here? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And there's the people that are sitting in these lives that come here weekly, that they know who I am. Personally, people know who I am. And then people know me on social media. But they trusted me enough where they see that I haven't changed from who I was on social media. Seneca probably, outside of Basic, knew me the longest on social media. I think she'll be able to tell you that I'm the same exact person that she was when I first met her. And I tell you that the same thing, Tone. Me and Tone going on a year soon of us knowing each other. I don't change for nothing. If I don't have to change, and if I do change, I need to change because it's necessary for you, not because, and it's necessary for me. Like, I'm changing me because I might be detrimental to something. That means I need to change something about something. But most part, I stay Mike, and I stay pretty cool with being
the problem is that crash out became currency. So people started to crash out, and then people started to flood it, started to get sharing people crash outs. And they know you need to continue to crash out to get people. And so now you crash out for a longer period of time. Want people to come in and watch the crash out. And then you get people, so I've literally sat in lives and they like, hey, send this gif if you want me to mute them or drop them, and then it becomes one of them things, and now you get in a whole the crash out section was turned monetary and then turned into more followers and more views and more interaction. It's like, okay, I get that, but that negative energy, like it's not just invisible. Like even if you pretended to crash out, that pretend crash out turns into a real crash out, and you start to feel that shit in your soul. But then when it works out for you that one damn day, are you just gonna go and keep crashing out every time you want some people to come inside your thing? Now you got to get a victim to crash out on. So now you're talking about plotting on an innocent person, maybe a not innocent person, but somebody who ain't know that you was getting ready to crash out on somebody today. Like it's too much. Like it was. I mean, clearly it can't just be a positive thing all the damn time, but shit, just that don't make you feel away. Like as a grown ass person, I crashing out on this thing 40-something, 50-something years old, just full blown, just cursing people out. And I'm just, this feels normal to you?
Right. I saw this young girl who made a video, I think right after New Year's. It was a video of her opening up all of her then ex-boyfriend's Christmas gifts that she had gotten him. And she was, crying because they had just broken up. And the video went viral. And then all of her videos from that point were videos of her, like she put the phone up and it would just be her crying to a sad song, or like she was milking it, right? Like it was a daily crash out. She was milking it. Then people did some digging and they found out that said ex-boyfriend was also somebody who was currently married, and that the person that he left her for was his ex-wife, or his wife that he was separated from. But then it became all the shit that you were milking because you were crashing out and you were getting all these likes. Now you have to defend yourself because now you're looking crazy. And now it's not so cute no more. But she was getting some follows and probably getting monetized off of that stuff. And like she went viral for a little bit and she was eating it up. So she was crashing out every day, eating it up, crying in front of a camera, dedicating songs. Like every day she's crying until everything came out. Now you got to try to explain yourself and explain what happened. And people are digging deeper. And now people have found the wife.
now your tears
out there.
Right, and now your tears is different. Them Jones ain't crash out tears. Now they tears of please don't leave me.
They were separated and this happened and they were separated for this. But you wouldn't have had to do that had you not crashed out in the first place and continued to make videos to try to be, to get the likes. Like you pushed it. You had your one video where you were you had a lot of emotion, you were opening the gifts and you let that happen. When you saw it went viral, you kept pushing it and you kept pushing it. And then that just made people want to dig into it. Now you got to defend yourself and explain what happened, that they were separated for a while. And that's when y'all had met and they were going through the divorce process. And now you have to try to explain why he chose to go back to her and left you. Like now you got to tell shit you never want to talk about.
That's fun. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna sit and watch that motherfucker right there. Now you in my lane. You ain't in no crash out lane. You in the lane of my nosy ass. Oh shit.
I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, that's why he left you? Oh, he ghosted you. Oh, that's crazy.
What you say, Tony? What you say?
That sounds interesting. I want to know.
Now I'm here.
I get
right. She had to tell the whole story. She had to tell that he was ghosted. She ghosted him, and that she ended up telling too much. She ended up telling that the wife had cheated. Like she was bringing other people into it, and I was like, "You're doing too much. Now you've got too many people involved. Now it's gotten to like it went way too far. She couldn't even control it anymore."
That's on her. And they oh shit.
I
got a phone call. Come back in. But yeah, no.
Right. Please tell me more. Let me know. Now that you have to defend because people started to make assumptions because they went digging. Then they find the wife. I don't know how they found the wife, but they found the wife. Oh, I know. Because she made another sad video that was videos of them together. And she made a montage video of her and her ex-boyfriend. So they linked ex-boyfriend and found his page on other social medias. And then they were able to find his wife that he was separated from. Then they found her social media and they were able to like internet sleuths. They be sleuthing. And they out there, they find everything. And they so why give people all this access to your life that you don't even want to share with everybody? Why do it?
They don't play no games. The one thing, listen, you know how easy it is to just scan your face and put it on social media and it will find your page?
Yeah.
You're in infamy forever. You are here. You are here.
Don't do that to yourself.
That's why they say, that's why a lot of parents and a lot of people don't want pictures of their kids, because they can link them back to people.
Mhm.
You know, oh yeah, no problem, Tom. No Tom. If you got time, come on back. But yeah, people don't do that. Some videos need to stay in the draft.
Some need to stay in the drafts. When I'm having a terrible day or when some shit's gone down, I'll tell y'all where y'all won't find me on social
on TikTok. Right?
You won't find me on TikTok. That's what you probably won't be able to find me. That's probably the easiest way to know that something might have happened. If I have disappeared for a long time, something probably happened and I'm just taking a break. You know what I mean? I'm just taking a step. What you're not going to do is see me post about it. What I'm not going to do is post a sad video and let everybody know why I'm upset and what happened to me. I will not do any crying montage videos. There will not be any sad music where I just sit there and cry in a corner and I record it. None of that's going to happen. I promise you. If something serious is going on in my life, the people that will not know are the people on social media.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you this now. I'm going to tell you the person that's in my life, and I'm trying to give an example. I want to find a good example of that person. It is called my daughter, Gabrielle. I swear, the disconnect that she can have between people's emotions, like, and I am not playing when I say this, I have watched that little person, like, people start crying on social media and doing all this other stuff. My daughter will legitimately, like, laugh at you, like, if you cry on camera. And I'm wondering, how are you able to do that? And she tells me, she said, Dad, I think it's weird if somebody can put a camera to their face and start crying.
The
and
moment
I'm like,
you cranked that phone up, you lost me.
Yeah, because she's like, how were you able to put a camera to your face and cry on cue?
The fact that you set the phone up like this,
mm-hmm.
and you went back to the corner, the fact that the phone is at an angle over here, and then you went and sat in a corner and then cried, because I now know that you had to set your phone up on the tripod. Okay, you had to set the tripod up and then you cried.
Yes, Rachel.
And then you selected a song to go with the cry. And now I can't, now I don't feel like, you know what I mean? Like I've lost.
Deserve that Emmy.
Right.
You gotta get that Emmy.
It's a cinematic movie now. Like,
uh-huh.
I feel like when I'm watching it, to me, when it's set up like that, it takes away some of like the genuineness. Now I don't know if I really feel sad with you or not, or if I'm mad that you set that camera up. Because especially when you have lighting and you're in a corner, and I know that the camera's across the room, I know you put it on a tripod, walked over there, sat down in the corner and balled up in the fetal position up against the wall and started crying. You prepped it, okay? You put a timer on so they can start recording at the right time.
You prepped it. Look, this is Gabby and me. I ain't gonna lie, I do the same thing. Gabby.
Right, like no.
That's Gabby. Big time. Like Gabby, she back right the hell up out of it. I've watched her and I just look at her. I'll turn and look at her and I see her like this. She starts shaking her head like this and she starts looking down and I see her start smiling. She's like, bro, I think it's weird if people can cry on camera like that. Like how did you do that? I'm like,
right.
A 12-year-old is kind of telling me that stuff. So
right.
Maybe it isn't.
The premeditated tears.
Like, listen, at about 8:32, I'm going to cry.
Right. The planned tears are crazy to me. And y'all know, like, I'll have a conversation and before I know it, I'm gonna cry.
They ain't basic tears.
But what you're not going to see me do is prop the phone up, turn the lights on, put the phone at an angle on the other side of the room, and then find a place where I'm going to sit and you can watch me cry while I stare at the window. That I'm not doing. You know what I mean? But it's crazy because also those videos do get lots of likes and shares and people find them relatable because they're like, oh my God, I understand how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you though? Because they set the camera up.
That's the thing is like, what's the real meaning behind this? Like, I like inspirational pages, right? I follow a lot of inspirational pages, like the ones that might have somebody staring out the window in a shadow, like their shadow,
right?
They're looking out the window with the rain, and so it makes it look like It's just what you could possibly, this could possibly be you.
Right.
You know
Yes.
what I mean? I get
Yes.
that.
Yes. And I think that's kind of what they're trying to tap into.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are looking for something relatable.
Right.
And people do experience pain every day. So when they see someone else going through it, they attach to it because of empathy, right? But I find a hard time empathizing with posts of people crying, like people who set the camera up crying, because I know what it took to make that shot happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I lose a little bit of the empathy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I feel like it's too staged, the empathy leaves.
Right.
I can see a post that has a very inspirational quote, or it talks about something that we all go through, and trauma bonding via social media. Absolutely. People are capitalizing off of our traumas, right?
Right.
However, I will like posts that have like inspirational things, or somebody might be talking about, persevering. But when it becomes too staged, I don't connect with it anymore. Like, that's where you've lost me. Some people don't get lost in that. Some people, they see someone crying and they're like, oh man, I cried like that too. Like, I know what that feels like. I cried like that too. There's this one young Black girl, she was going through a breakup, and I think she realized after the first video where she cried through the breakup that the next 20 videos need to be crying videos. Because every time I saw her, she was crying. I'm like, girl, you crying again?
You said she realized it.
Yes, because then the next 20 videos she was crying about this same said breakup. And I'm like, I need you to stand up. Stop crying. Girl, he gone. I don't want to watch. I don't want to see you. Stop. I don't want to watch another video of you crying. Please. I need you to wipe your tears today. Please. But she had tons of likes. So she just kept doing it.
And it makes sense because people need to get paid. Or people need to be popular, or whatever it is that they want to be. And, you just hope that they turn into, something great. And then like granted, people are going to make videos that's probably like going through their current times and current events. I think crying on cue is weird. That's what I say. Me, like, sorry. Like, if you set the camera up and all of a sudden it's like action. He just, it's like, how much of that was you recording beforehand? Like,
right.
Like, it takes away from the people who genuinely just maybe having a moment and just talking on social media that led to them crying.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, it's okay to throw some music behind it. Make it even sadder. I need your ass to cry with me.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna make your ass cry. So, but I know that people will take those moments that there's been in their lives and they just talk. Sometimes you need something to talk to. I've had moments where I've talked on social media and I didn't cry, but I just felt passionate about what I was talking about in that moment. And it was like, I'm here with the situation, but I'm also speaking of the inspiration. I'm also speaking of what I'm gonna do. I don't just speak on a negative and then say it's over, it's done, it's blah, 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 and just leave it as that. Because now I just want you to feel my trauma and that's it.
There will definitely be moments where it is genuine and it happens quickly, and we might feel the need to say something or talk about something authentically. It just happens, and those moments I can understand are valuable, because then you're really connecting with somebody on a real level, right? When a person's just talking and they might be talking about something that they weren't even planning on talking about, and it might be emotional. It's happened to me before, because I'm a person that will guard my emotions, but there might be times when I might be having a conversation in my chat, or like when I'm live and we'll start talking about something like my daughter, and I might get a little emotional about it. Those types of like connections with people, and those are really genuine, authentic, especially when you're relating with someone else about something that might be personal and other people kind of feel where you're coming from. That's one thing. And I get that. But yeah, staged and on cue stuff is really kind of weird to me. I also sometimes get weirded out by when people will be like, I'm deleting this app, guys. You'll never see me again. I just need a break from social media. And then you see them the next day. And I'm like, that break was quicker than a TikTok ban. Like, Girl, you back? You just said you deleting the app. You back?
Oh shit, yo.
One guy was like, goodbye, y'all. I want to say goodbye to all my friends. If you want to reach out to me, like inbox me. I'll send you my number. But this is it, y'all. I can't do this app anymore. I just need a break from all of this. It'll probably be a while for y'all to see me again. 2 days later, he was posting. That was the quickest break I ever saw. You're back? Don't be worried about me, y'all. I'm gonna be all right. Don't worry. I just need to take a break. Sir, it hasn't been 24 hours yet.
Well, no, Mike, that's more on us than it was you. I ain't gonna lie. That wasn't a you thing. That was more on us. So Mike he said in his new year he was getting away from social media. He was not doing TikTok. He was just gonna talk to us in our bed cave space that we'd be at on Discord. Yeah. So I'm like, cool. I think people got him to come back for some reason, and then it brought him back. So it wasn't you can't. I know you could stay on your you're saying like, okay, I still could have chose it, but it's like, I guess the core group is the one that brought you back. It wasn't like any other particular person, just with core group people. So it's happened to me. Not saying that I went and was like, I'm done with it. Like I ain't never get to that point. I just like, I'm gonna just go ahead and chill. Because I keep starting like things like that to myself. I just be like, if you don't see me, you just don't see me.
Right. I probably won't make a post. I'll probably just sit here for a bit. Right. I know a girl, and I don't think you know her, but I know a girl who does it at least once or twice every few months. And it's literally the same thing. She'll post a goodbye message, a long goodbye message about how she has to take a break. And then she's literally right back. And I don't know. I do feel like, to me, I do think that might be a sign of some emotional distress, obviously, that she's going through, because she obviously needs for people to, or she's hoping that somebody will reach out and ask her if she's okay. If she wasn't, she wouldn't keep doing it. I mean, she does it often. She will make a post about how she's just giving up on life, or it'll be a post about she's taking a break and she wants to, but then you'll come back a day, maybe 2 days later, and then you have a happy post up. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like it just went away. But it's the fact that she does it on a regular basis that I feel like maybe there is something there that she needs to like talk to somebody about. You know what I mean? The fact that you do it so often, you obviously want people to reach out. You know what I mean? There's something going on because you continuously do it. But like, I feel like I can admit that maybe I'm being judgy here, because I'm not the type of person who would make a post when I'm going away. I might just disappear for a bit. And then when you see me back, you'd be like, where you went? I'll be like, I had to take a break. I'm not going to make a post. But some people might make a post because they are hoping someone will reach out and talk to them. So maybe that's a moment for me. I have to take a second look. You know what I mean? About my personal, because just because I don't do it or I wouldn't do it doesn't mean that somebody else might just need somebody or might just be crying out for help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's me reflecting on it right now, just thinking about, just because Raquel, you won't do it, doesn't mean that somebody else might not really just be hoping that somebody will reach out and talk to them.
Yeah.
Like maybe they are crying out for attention because they need someone to just check on them and say, what's happening? Where are you going? You know?
Right.
That could be that too.
Crying out. I'm so alone without you here.
Yes, and I disappeared too.
Well, listen, I think that, we're deep into the conversation. We, kind of get ready to stop early, but because we've talked about so much and covered so much behind it. But I agree heavily with you saying, like, if you're going to take the break, take the fucking break. Don't tell me. Just do it.
Yeah.
I'd rather you not tell me, because I hate that. I was going to mention that too. That part right there, when you tell me you're going to take a break and don't do it, it's like you making me feel guilty. Fuck is you doing that to me for? Don't write it.
I think I kind of
do none of that shit.
Like playing with me, but then sitting here thinking, like, well, maybe she's doing it so often because she actually wants somebody to reach out.
That's exactly what it is. You want somebody to reach out and say something, and that's okay. People, we have a job as people to be people too, but manipulation is manipulation.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a human, your chances are you can potentially feel something for what somebody's going through, and you want to say something to give out advice and all this other stuff. That's another thing. I start realizing everybody don't want your advice, regardless of what they're going through.
True.
I'll be out here like, oh, this and that, and then they cussing you out because now they kind of gave the wrong information, even though they didn't know they was giving the wrong information, even though you kind of put it on the social media for me to hear it that way.
Yeah.
So instead of you just kind of like taking responsibility for you, and I'm over here, and I know I got to take responsibility for me, but what I'm not going to do is be fully responsible for how you truly feel.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking I'm trying to give advice. Now I don't want to say shit to you. Yes, they want to be validated. I was actually going to pull the words right out of my mouth.
They do.
Motherfuckers want to be validated. They want to feel like people understand them. Like, so what's the best way? So once insecurities kick in, what they do is they take those insecurities and they project it on everybody. They take those insecurities, and now they want everybody else to make them feel secure by saying like, I'm such this, I'm such that, so people can turn around and say, no, you have a harder goal. You have this, you have that.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody that has to do that all the time, it's weird because even to me, I've always been a big person of like leaders need love too. Sometimes we look at our leaders and say, yo, he's just a leader, and we forget, hey, he's a human. She's a human. They're human. Like, we forget that about these people and what they are. Some people are leaders because that's naturally what they are, but that doesn't mean don't give them a hug. That doesn't mean you'll give them love. You don't ever want a hero to get to a point where they have to feel violent. They have to get their validation from you.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, you might not look at the hero the same. And I don't mean, I'm not a hero, but leader. You might not look at them the same. Because it's like, well, you the leader, like, this is what y'all do. I'm the one that needs this constant validation because I'm the one that's struggling. So it's like, it's always been a little thing for me. So
yeah.
But Rachel, you said they want your advice if it validates what they're thinking. That's why they share. Yes. I don't, and I like people that can stand on their own 2 feet, but I also like people that are emotionally intelligent too, that know how to read the room the right way.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of people that read the room the right way. They read that shit super wrong. So, But anything else you want to add to this before I move on to this last little piece? It ain't necessarily no question or like that. Just kind of throwing some stuff out there. Okay. So listen, I want to do a current events early, but I'll do it right now. Little current events. Eagles won yesterday. Shouts out to the Eagles going to the Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. We're playing against them in the Super Bowl. So that's a little small sports talk for a second.
Were they there last year too? Was it the same lineup?
No. That was 2 years ago. Same situation 2 years ago. Yep. Okay. So whoever your favorite team is, go ahead and support them and what they got going on. The NFL is about to make a bunch of goddamn money. Yo, Bennett. The NFL about to make a whole bunch of money off of everybody, and we're going to pay them by looking at it. So, and buying their merchandise and all the people that can afford to go to the Super Bowl will be able to go to the Super Bowl.
Right.
So, might not even be real fans for real. I always believe the Super Bowl should play at somebody's stadium. That's just me. I hate neutral grounds. Like, it's just weird. But let's see. In other news, also the situation happening with, and I don't mind saying it, I don't really care too much for DJ Academics. I don't know if y'all know about that situation. Was on live with a 15-year-old boy and literally saying all types of things and treating him as if like you're a boy, you're whatever. So you should be, if I talk about sex to you, you should be good.
It was
it was very nasty. If anyone have seen it, didn't see it, go watch that. I'm in support of like going after that dude for legal reasons. The parents should fully press charges on him.
It's completely inappropriate for a man of his age to be speaking to a 15-year-old child in that way. I feel like he should know that. You know what I mean? I think it was crazy that the child was saying that's grooming and that's inappropriate, and you're trying to get them to catch a case. And then the fact that he kept pushing
the 15-year-old was saying it.
Yes. And the fact that he kept pushing it, what made it even more inappropriate and icky. Like, he never caught the clue that maybe I should stop talking about this because it's inappropriate. Like, he kept going. And I feel like at some point in time, there has to be some accountability. Like, he has to be held accountable for what he does. You know, I feel like we have to draw a line where just because somebody's a big social media presence and they're famous, we can't just let them get away with it by saying, maybe I pushed it. You know, that lame apology that he did that wasn't even a real apology should not be accepted. Like, it's not acceptable. It's still not okay. And for him to be like, look, people hate me. No, that's not what this is. What you said was gross. What you said was unacceptable. What you said was like borderline assault. Like, women, men, we can feel assaulted by the way people talk to us and handling us in an overtly sexual way that is unwanted. And it was obvious that child was uncomfortable because he kept correcting him and saying, no, I don't want to do it. He may not have said, I feel uncomfortable, I want you to stop. But you could just tell by the way he was responding that it was not okay. But for this grown ass man to keep pushing it, yuck. Like, it was really, really, really disturbing.
Oh no, let me cough real quick. Sorry, I had to clear my throat.
It was a quick cough too.
Right. So that young man, he'll be a man at some point soon, is 3 years older than my daughter. And you push that all over that kid as if like a what's wrong with you that you don't want to have sex with women. If I want to send strippers to your house, why don't you just accept it?
He asked if he would be penetrated by a man. He asked him that.
And he literally said, if you could be a girl, would you take it?
Yeah.
And sitting here and like I already don't like you because of the case that I feel like you did something to another woman. You and your friends did something to a woman, and we all know about that situation. I hold that shit dearly. And now you at a space now, and he's turning around, I'm the godfather of this. Y'all my kids, y'all this, y'all that. I will beat the chunky soup out your fat ass. Like,
listen,
if you ever talk to my daughter, I don't know how everybody is just sitting there like, it's like you literally wanted to attack after this kid. And then the kid went on his own personal stream and said, I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. And then you start snapping on the kid. I'm tired of them. I'm not working with Casa, not no more. I ain't working with these people. I'm not working with that. No more to this people, no more to that. I'm trying to help them. Hey, dickhead, you wasn't getting, excuse my language.
No, seriously. It's
you weren't getting you weren't getting the clue. You was not getting the fucking clue. That had nothing to do with you being on the stream. No one is worrying about you being on this kid's stream. You went on there and think you could do whatever the hell you wanted to do.
Right.
And then you try to blame it. They're going to say, oh, it's Kendrick Lamar friends. First of all, get the fuck off of Kendrick's nuts. What is wrong with you, you weirdo?
He's trying to make it something that it's not, when really, and that's the scary part about this, is that I don't know if he'll be held accountable, because the nature of what he does is being salacious and inappropriate. And he thinks that that's a pass for him to be able to say and do things like that. But I tell you this, had it been my child that was spoken to that way, I probably would have wanted to like hurt him. I can't say what I would have wanted to do, but I would have been out for blood. When I tell you, I would have been like, oh, like, we flipping all the tables over. Like, it would have been crazy. If anyone would have ever spoken to my child like that at that age, it would have been over with. Done. I'm shutting everything down.
No.
Unfortunately, I found out like he doesn't really have that kind of parental support in his life right now. So that's probably not going to happen coming from a parent for him because of his, current living situation and all that stuff. But
I heard his mom is pressing.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay, good. She should.
No, I think she fuck the suing him. And if you're doing it for money, I think to me, hear me out.
Right.
If you strictly go after him financially to try to do a civil thing with him,
Yeah.
that's trash behavior as a parent. Criminal charges.
Absolutely.
Yo, you going to jail.
Yeah.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail. I'm gonna get your ass locked up. And it's recorded with you saying it. It's recording with you confirming it. It's recording with you snapping on a kid. You got everything that's going against you now. I'm sorry, but
right, Tone.
He literally thinks because of his platform that he's untouchable because
That's
he sits his little funky ass in that fucking basement or wherever he at on that area of his house and stay on stream all day talking shit to people. And for somebody like him, you're walking around with bodyguards. Remember that. Remember, tough guy, you got bodyguards. Most of these motherfuckers, they think they this person. You just talking. You're just talking. You got bodyguards.
Right.
Guess what? If you don't pay them, they'll spit out them words just the same way Diddy's bodyguards did. They'll start flying them words out. Remember that, bro. You ain't never in a safe space when it comes to people and money. When the moment you turn your back on people, they'll turn their back on you too. So just know, like, your time coming. Your time is coming. I don't give a shit if this ever gets seen or whatever. I don't like him for shit.
No.
I'm sorry. And I don't say that about people I do not know. I don't know him, but I know I don't like that motherfucker. I know it was a reason why Erykah Badu said he looked like fucking Jerry the Mouse, because he looked like a fucking mouse. He like a little rat. He like a punk bitch. And that's just how I feel about him. I'm saying this because you went after a 15-year-old and you pressed the issue. Guess what? There are kids that follow that kid.
Yeah.
And imagine the kids that were on. I would all the parents. I would go beyond just the kid that's 15. All the parents that had that knew that stream happened, I would literally put my kid watch this. At this point, I would start a fucking class action lawsuit against his ass that he ain't never thought was going to happen to him.
Right.
All the kids that was watching this, we're going to add it with this kid. Let's take his bitch ass right the fuck down. Sue you for everything. Because guess what? All the kids can say that's emotional distress.
There's got to be consequences. Like, it has to be.
And it's getting everywhere too. That's the part. Oh, it ain't just sitting with that one little thing. That shit going everywhere. That shit is going everywhere. And I like I said, he's a corn dog. He deserves everything that happened to him. And I do wish he does get locked up. I'm sorry. I don't wish negativity on people because of what you did to that woman. And I know you know what you did. Listen, I'm from Philly. I know what niggas do. I know some dirt balls out there. And ain't no way, oh, I didn't do anything. I heard what I heard. I seen what I seen. I need you to go ahead and deal with them men that's going to be on the inside of that thing too.
Yeah.
You like doing stuff to women and children? In other news, what other current events we got going on today? I would say, like I said, with the TikTok ban, just know that it is 90 days for it just being held. The ban is still lifted. I mean, it's still there. It's not lifted. It's still a ban. Basic know the secrets to getting back on TikTok. But TikTok is still technically banned. You will not update. It will not do anything until they strike a deal, obviously. If whoever is watching this, start working on your other platforms. If you can, start getting people to start following other platforms to get to put spaces where they can still help you monetize and do what you do. If you have lucrative businesses, if you have something, start teaming up with people, start investing back into yourself, investing into your culture of people, and not just into you. Invest in yourself, but also invest into a culture team of people so y'all can all start building things together. My man Tone, my man Mike, we've talked about things in our groups and the stuff that we trying to get, that we hopefully going to get going soon, especially with Tone coming up on the panel and actually seeing what this is like. So it's like we can also start things like this and start, pushing people to having conversations with us, us as men, people as women, with anybody that is willing to come on and do some stuff. Like, start pushing yourself to other avenues. I'd say the same thing. And the one thing I will say, like somebody like Rachel that is on TikTok, but she's more on Instagram. Her following is more on Instagram. She posts up her workouts. She posts up all her training sessions and her business with the edibles, and snacks and food and stuff like that. She posts up that, and it's all on Instagram. So it's almost like she can be a plug for you in a way, even though it's not a heavy following and whatever like that. It's still the understanding of how this particular thing works,
Yeah.
like, and finding that avenue too. Like we should be able to get together and really push more happening, and not just, of course, knowing TikTok can pay us and be very lucrative to us, but the America is here, and you got to start prepping for other stuff.
Yeah.
They're not going to allow it past a certain amount of points. So let's try to make some things happen. So that's just my current news. Let's try to work something. Let's because you got to build a team. If it's just you that's just saying it, cool. But if it comes from other people, that helps out too. It helps out. If Basic goes and talks about we got questions, Mike don't necessarily have to be in the same space she has to be in to make we got questions grow. Mike do it from Philadelphia, Basic does it from Georgia. But guess what? She can also say to her family, yo, y'all should be watching this. Y'all should be supporting me in this way. Tell some people about it, because now they start spreading like legs.
Yeah. Like legs.
Community is everything. So, but all right, we have reached our point, y'all. Thank y'all for watching the podcast and following. Watching the podcast. I'm going to go eat something because I'm very hungry. Yeah. Once again, follow Basic on her platforms, just_basically. Just_basic_Lee. She's throwing them hearts out there for you. Make sure you're following me on all my shit. Mike and see I'm on everything. I need to get back to my game plan because I need to fuck something up. And like I said, Rachel, I got you. That's her page right there, Rachel's page. Anybody that's my friends in there, do not go in there flirting with Rachel. No. Mike said no. Don't be flirting with Seneca. Leave these people alone. I'm fucking around. Y'all do whatever y'all want. But listen, love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. See y'all next week. We're gonna have something fresh and nice for y'all to get all that good stuff. So bye.